Hi everyone, and welcome to this to the best chat with me, Espen Haugen, and today we have our special guest, Scott,
Mhm. Hey, Espen. Hey,
Gentleman
everybody.
Scott.
Oh, thank you, Espen. So kind. So kind.
And it's so funny because we always calling you the gentleman, and you are like a gentleman. You always taking care of things around with Jen, and you always good with her, and you're a really good husband and good man.
Oh,
So.
appreciate it.
So how are you doing today, Scott? What's
Yeah,
up?
I'm fantastic. And I appreciate that. So much of supporting somebody, supporting Jen, the Best Life members, is really just allowing them to be who they are. Not That's it. Let them be, um, and support them. So I guess if that's part of a definition of a gentleman, well, I'll take that.
I love it. And you're always on these classes. Still, you're on the work,
Yep.
and you are always there. You're always in the. I feel like you're always in the support of everything Jen
Yes.
do,
Yes,
and
I
and
am.
everything in best type too for all of us. We can just like feel that energy. Just like you are on these classes, you're on your work, but you are always there. Like you're always
Yep,
around
I
and
am.
and, and
Yeah.
just.
Yep.
Uh,
So much support for the besties. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. It's so fun to watch the creation and the expansion of every one of them. So, yep.
So tell me about that. How are you feeling about all this? Because you also are a part of Best Side. So you and Jen started it. You and Jen started this together. You got these ideas. So how?
Well, it's really Jen's creation. But I 100% support what she's doing.
Mhm.
So, in any way that I can help her, but it's really for her. It's her baby. But yeah, absolutely, I support her 100% in what she's doing, and it is one of the things that's really from my perspective to be able to watch is how happy she is doing this and and the changes and what with what she is doing, that how well, or the support that she gives to the members, and what a positive impact on the planet that the creation of Best Life and what she's doing, and with Dave, with the classes and all of the instructors, um, really is really fun to watch happen from. I won't say from behind the scenes, because I'm really, I support everything she does, and so I guess I'm kind of by her side. You just can't see me. So
We can definitely feel you. So yeah, and you're
yeah,
always
well,
there.
that's good.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
I'm always there. Absolutely. Yep. Hmm.
So nice. So tell me about your work then. I know we speak a little bit about it when we catch up, and it's such a wonderful work. And what do you?
Well, my work,
What's the feels
yeah.
good story there?
Well, my work, I really specialize in, I do tile, and I really specialize and love to do custom projects. Um, a lot of people will say, well, the more challenging, the better. I look at it as an opportunity to grow and expand. I've been doing it probably about 30 years now, but there's always room for something new. I just this last week has been a whole new opportunity to learn materials that I've never worked with, and uh, Francisco was with me, just because of the scope of we had to have two people doing it, and for him to be able to have that same experience with only a few years of experience in the industry, to be able to get to do it. But that's what I really really enjoy, the creativity that some people have, and to be able to deliver that. Either they see it in a drawing or a picture, or somebody else did it, or it's just something that they have in their own imagination of what they want, and to be able to deliver that. And I will say that it always, 100% of the time, turns out better than they ever expected it could have. So that's quite rewarding to be able to do that. So Yeah, it's fun. I
and we
love it.
also and we also know, I know Jen been sharing about you also segment intending, and you
Oh yeah.
also
Hmm.
like before you do something. So tell
Hmm.
me about your experience. What is like how you just do it before
Well,
you do
yeah. Well,
something?
and
And
I really started doing it after the last Chicago Abraham, where there was, where Abraham had spoke about segment intending. So I
mm,
started doing it actually when I pull up on a job site. I before I get out of my truck, I have a notebook in here from one of Abraham's notebooks from one of the seminars, and I segment intend really the day, because I don't stop when I'm at work and write anything down. However, if I am going to go do something, that I'll segment intend that that step is going to go perfect.
mm,
And when you start doing it, it almost becomes natural to just naturally do it with everything you're doing. Um, so, like I say, I don't write everything down. I do it in the morning before I get out of my truck and walk into the job site. And oftentimes it seems to shift, and I know it's me, but it seems to shift a lot of the energy and a lot of the people that I'm around, on how, the perspective of what they have, or how the day is going to go, or any of that. Because I find by doing the segment intending, it really puts you in an aligned space that, well, of course everything is going to go good. I wrote it down in my truck. I know it's going to go good. So yeah, yeah,
it's so good, and thanks for sharing that
yeah,
that to us, Scott. And I know also, you also been experienced with sitting on the hot seat with Abraham
yes.
Hicks and have a
Hmm.
conversation. So what shifted for you in that time? Say what was and still, we talk a lot about we always expanding, and we don't need to explain the feel good now. We can just be here now and feel good now, and then move on and do whatever we feels good. So good. Oh,
Hey,
there you
Espen,
go.
you
Thanks,
push
Scott.
enough buttons, and eventually it'll pop back on.
Yeah, it's so good. So good. Everything is perfect. Everything
It is perfect. Yep.
always works out perfectly
Hmm.
fine. So I got a chance to read some comments here from the besties as well.
Okay,
So he
great.
said, Dave, say how cool that both you and Scott got there to be in the hot seat. That was what we
Right.
was talking about.
Yep.
So tell me more about that. Your experience, and what is your understanding, from yourself now, because we know it's all ourselves. We it's not the other people, but it's always our own alignment. We don't need
Yes.
anything from the outside.
Right.
And
Yep.
what is
And
your
that's
perspective on that?
Yeah, and that's truly what it is our own alignment. And the after having that experience of being in the hot seat, and then actually after listening to that again, um, really really made it clear that that's what it's about. That it's all you.
Mm,
It's me being me. It's not anything other than that. And that everything is within, and everybody on the planet has it within them. um, and it's all about the alignment. But that experience of being in the hot seat is like, I mean, we've talked about it, but it's like nothing I've ever experienced. To have that opportunity to be that close to Esther while she's channeling Abraham is really a fantastic experience. Um, and to feel that energy, to be in it that close, is just, yeah, undescribable. It's really a feeling. So,
yeah.
and yeah. And you know what it's like, Espen. There's no
Yeah.
words. It's, what is the word? Ineffable. There is no words for that experience. For at least that's my experience. So I don't know if everybody that gets the opportunity in the hot seat has a similar one, but I sure did. So
Yeah, for sure. I will share the same similar experience. Words, there was no words. It was just like I just felt that all is good and more to come, and
Right.
then just listening to her, and also, like you say, after when I was conscious aware of listening to the material, because I didn't remember so much of what she
Yeah.
shared.
Didn't remember anything. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's it's really it's because you just are in the vortex there. You just feel the energy.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Mm-hmm.
enjoy all of that, and then just listening. You it's
Right. Mm-hmm. Well,
and
and
yeah.
Abraham says that, the audience participants will get more out of the individual in the hot seat than the person in the hot seat will get out of it. And
Mhm.
I believe that, at least up until that individual can hear the replay. That's for sure that happens if just because of the environment that you're in, right there
Mhm.
with Abraham. Yeah, for sure.
Sure. And she said mentioned also because we all co-create this together, when all come together with the alignment energy, everyone
Yep.
with their own alignment, that energy is supporting so much for moving forward, and on leading to those question and answer to more feel good now, because
Hmm.
that's what everyone co-create together in their own way. I feel like that's that's
Yeah.
energy is just so, yeah,
It's
it's
amazing.
like
Yeah. And I
yeah,
and I see Jen wrote a comment, and that was the one thing when I was in the hot seat, that there were, it was a place of meditation where, for me, that you couldn't, you couldn't tell your nose from your toes. I couldn't. It
yeah.
was just being there. Um, yeah, it was such an experience. So yeah.
So
So.
good. And like you say, yeah,
Hmm.
no physical sensation. Yeah.
Not
And
at
it's
all.
just
No.
couldn't say. But it's just so nice, and also to know that this energy, what we experience, and we all we get what we ask for, but also for myself, know that this energy is who we truly are, and we all have it. It's a same source energy we all have, and when we turn into that frequency of the energy of it, uh, it's we can becoming more. What's I feel now? I feel it's easier now for feeling those things I desire for now today, and also I understand to letting it happen part. Like she shared, like not try to make it happen, but really to just letting it happen, just enjoy
Yeah.
yourself, just be in your own uh, vibrational well-being, and then things unfold to
Yeah.
you in that
Hmm.
direction.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I
And
so
yeah, and the
mm,
allow it to happen. Could really anything other than allowing. Really, you're pushing, or you're not in a frequency of accepting. It's there's a lack there. If you can't continue to ask. We all know that asking only pushes things away further. Um, so yeah, allowing is truly a big part of it, for sure.
I That feels so good. So can you tell me about your, like, your feeling, you're allowing, and what how is you starting your morning then, Scott? How is it the day look for you when before you go to sleep and you start your day and
Well, going to sleep is really quite a fast, simple process for me. all I gotta all I gotta do is all I gotta do is lay down, and one of the cats comes and lays on me, and that's it. So, but it's um, yeah, every night, is and really it's segment intending that night of sleep. That it's going to be a great night's sleep.
Hmm.
Looking forward to to what's coming, in the morning. Um, so, I'm not a routine person. It's yeah, get up and get ready for work, grab some coffee, and you know, it's out the door. And so I really don't put a lot of thought into it. It just, it's just allowing the day to begin and get started. I really have, as long as I can recall, never been one to ever bring my work home with me. Where
Hmm.
so I'm when I am home or when I am doing something else, that's what I'm doing. I'm in the present time, and that's what I'm doing. Um, so even, in the morning, it's not thinking about how is the day going to flow, because I know the day is going to flow just fine. There's not, really, it's once I get to the job site is when I, kind of get it in, okay, I'm here, and, this is what's next, and let's move forward with where we're at. So, and the days really go smooth for me. Even the days that some may say that wasn't a very smooth smooth flowing day. Yeah, sure it was, because the contrast is just what it is. What we're asking for is right there on the other side of it. So um, certainly certainly get some clarity, and if there is any contrast, I don't, it doesn't, any form of contrast really is not something that I dwell on, or it's just continue to move forward. Dwelling on something, or any contrast throughout the day just really stops the momentum. So
I
yeah,
love that. So you always having flowing energy, and
absolutely.
isn't it's so true, because I love it, because still things can happening outside, but and there is contrast, but inside you can still feel good. You can still feel the flow, the energy, and be focusing in the now, in the present, and now, and enjoy as much as you can now, whatever was condition, whatever happening outside, because inside is unconditional love, and it's not conditioning anything. It's not
Right.
something you need for feel that, because it's
Hmm.
always, like you say, from within. And that's so
Right.
inspiring, Scott. It's so inspiring. And thanks for sharing that. That's so
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. It really
So,
is, and and it's fun to be witness to the besties that are coming more and more into that, because you can hear it in their voices when they speak, that
mm,
when they're there, and that it really is allowing and flowing, and um, it's fun. It's really, to be on mute and listen and listen to what's happening is really quite enjoyable. Yeah.
many funny stories and many laughter and
Oh yes.
many
Oh
good
yeah.
things.
Every day. Yeah, there's something every day. Yeah, that's a great way to continue to allow the flowing to happen, is laughter. There's many things I can think about and start laughing. A funny line in a movie, anything. There's so much stuff. Um, so, but it really allows the flow. Um, so, hmm
It's so good. And still, you talk about that you laugh if you have pain, that is like a solution.
yep.
You can't feel, you can't laugh and be in the pain at the same time, because
Nope.
not matching up
No,
with the
you can't.
frequency.
No,
You
no.
had a great story about that. Can you tell about that
Yeah.
shortly? Like,
Well, which one? The kidney stone story?
yeah,
So,
for sure.
okay,
I love that.
well, this is many years ago. I knew that I had a kidney stone. Well, at first I thought I had a hernia. I didn't know what either one of them was, and I was doing something I probably shouldn't have been doing, but we had some inclement weather that was moving in, and I was out of town, and I thought, so here's my thought was, as I laughed through the pain, was, well, if the damage is done, it's done. I'm going to continue doing what I'm going to do so I can get back and beat the winter storm that's coming. that was my thought. So I got done with what I had to do, got back to town, and told Jen what it was, and she right away thought, yeah, that's what it is. So I went to the ER and found out what it was. It was a kidney stone. The pain was excruciating, just like to a level I have never experienced ever before. Well, it was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was kneeling on the floor in the bedroom, and I was laughing and sweating. And I asked Jen, I said, "Kick me in this side as hard as you can." And she's like, "What are you talking about? Why would I?" And I said, "Just kick me as hard as you can." And finally I said, because if this side hurts a little bit, my other side won't. Well, she didn't. She didn't kick me, and just like that, the pain was gone, and it was the funniest experience. But yeah, you're right. You cannot laugh and be, you know, you. The pain is much better with laughter. So, yeah. So, but
But
yeah, that's
isn't
my
that like
Keystone story.
I love what you share because you talk about like it's allowing energy, Scott, and that's really allowing you to just feel good anyway, and then move on, and that solution is never in the problem. We talk a lot about that too. Always the solution is in the solution, and problem is in the problem,
Is it right? Hmm.
and when you are in the feeling good now, isn't that really that solution of everything? Like whatever what's happening outside or whatever what's going on inside, you feeling hurt or anything, so still you have the opportunity to change and feel good about it, and then it can change also the circumstance about it, the situation, because you don't, you allow it to be, and you laugh and you just move on, like you say, you're all present and flowing forward, you focus in the now and the next moment. That's what I feel about you. You're always like very
Yeah.
focused in the now, and it's so inspirational for all of us. And always like you are in these classes, you can just feel you're in the present there. You can just feel you are in the moment. Still, when
Yeah.
you're
Hmm.
listening, you do your work, but you can feel you for sure. And it worse some teach, but it's like the energy, the source energy. We feel each other. We know each other.
Yeah.
We
Absolutely.
are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're really, that really truly is such, and probably one of the most important places to be is in the now, be in the present time. Um, Jen often says you can't take a breath 5 minutes ago. Well, you
Mm.
also can't take a breath 5 minutes from now. Just be here. You know,
So
you
true.
just be present. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, and drawing back on things that didn't serve you aren't going to serve you now. So move forward
I love that.
continue to be in the present time. Yeah. Yeah.
So true, Scott. Yeah, yeah, because everything takes place in the now, and when, like you say, when you are in the space of, and you were really good at that too. That's such an inspiration for all of us. And I just, I've been meeting you on many of those events, first in Paris,
Yeah.
and I always feeling that you're present and you always like be aware of things around you, and such a like a natural
Yeah.
energy, like a connector. I feel like you always you can I can feel you always here in the present. You're all
Yeah.
aware, and you've been doing something like before also some what is like karate or something,
Oh,
some kung fu,
taekwondo. Yeah.
taekwondo. Okay,
Taekwondo.
cool.
Yes. Yep.
So isn't that also a lot about, because I know I was doing karate for just, I did it for just 4 weeks, but those 4 weeks was really good, and it's all about to be in the moment and to be focused on those things you do, the movements and everything,
Yeah.
and feeling your energy, your whole body, and those things you do, those practicing. So how is it for you? Like, because it's really good, to have that you practice it, and how many years have you been doing this? And
Well, it's been several years since I've done it. However, at the time of doing it, you're right. You really got to be in present time to be at any level of martial arts, and that really goes for any martial arts or any skill and anything. With your Espen, when you played soccer, you've got to be in present time in order to be an effective, member of the team. So, but it really was an enjoyable experience. I went through it with the kid, with Nick and Chelsea, and it's something that I'd wanted to do, when I was young, and just never had the opportunity. And when this came up, I did it, and you really, and I probably someday will get back into it, when the time is right. But it was a great experience, and you're right. The movements and everything. It's almost a form of meditation. The thought
mm,
process, the going through all of the moves, and the number of moves. The higher the higher the belt, the more moves, and the more the moves get more and more. I won't say difficult, but more more advanced. So if you're not in present time, it could be it could be a little challenging to put it all together and make it look like something. So yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
So you, like you say, it's a lot about the focus, focus in the now, focus on
Absolutely. Hmm.
what's next, what's next, what's
Yeah.
next, like that kind of energy. Like
Yeah.
it's never about, okay, I did that 2 seconds ago, and maybe I need to fix it. Like it's always a present. Okay, now, okay, practicing and now, and then someone coming in and I remember also in the karate, there's like, move your move, take it like this. When you stand in a position and just like this and this, an arm like this, and then like there we go, and you can just feel the energy, just like that position was like a tuned
Hmm.
in of that and it's like they're able and learn to focus. I love that. That's what all is about, and to
Hmm.
focus on the things you do in the now, like you say, you're really tuned in the present, and I feel it so much. And now also, so and so inspirational, and that energy is helping, for grow and expand more and moving forward, and we don't thinking about it. We, like you say, you just focus and the next step and the next step, and
Hmm.
enjoying it as much as you
Yeah.
can.
Yeah. And it becomes a part of you when when you do it enough, it really becomes a part of you and how you react or how your movements or yeah. And when you get into a sparring match with another student, you better be in present time. Are you gonna, you
Yeah.
might kicked get kicked in the side of the head. So yeah, for sure. Yeah.
that's that's what's so lovely about these sports, then this training with Shaolin training,
Hmm.
or like
Yep.
karates, and those things. You're able to focus and be in the present,
Yeah. Hmm.
and also, like you said, the meditation. I remember you always take you use all your energy in your training, and after, I remember we take hot sauna together, and just relaxing and enjoying, and then go home. And I remember how good I felt. I've been only doing this for 4, but that's the best training experience, I would say, because your whole
Yep.
body felt so relaxed, and also the able to focus. It's was amazing, because
Yeah.
you also, you train not hard, but you use your physical body a lot, but also you mentally to be in the
Yep.
present, and focused.
Yep. I would
It's
agree that out of everything that I've done, that the martial arts was the best training that I've ever done. It was the best shape I've ever been in my life was when I was doing martial arts. Absolutely.
mm.
Hmm. Yep.
So maybe in the future we go back there then. So I always love but for sure, it's
Well,
whatever,
I'm not going to go
it's
back. I'm gonna go forward and advance to my next belt.
yeah,
That's
okay.
where. There we go. That's where I would
There we
go.
go. We're going, I changing the word. I'm going forward to that. Yeah, for sure.
Going
It's good.
forward, right, right. Because
Thanks for that.
yeah, because after your first degree black belt, the next belt is a second degree. So that's where I'm going. Yep.
And you can't go back, because then you go back to the.
Right. You go back to white. I'm not going back to white. Yep. Yeah, for
That's so
sure.
good. And a great reminder. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. That shifted something for me. It's like, okay, we
Yeah.
can use the forward words. It feels different.
Yep.
So
Yep.
so
Yep.
good. So.
Yeah.
So wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Scott, for being here,
Oh, you're
sharing
welcome.
everything
This
you
was so
share
much.
with
Yeah,
Marshall.
so much fun, Espen. Yeah, we'll have to connect again for sure. Yeah, it's a pleasure for
It
sure. I
feels really
appreciate. I
good,
appreciate
and
you. Appreciate you doing these every day. Well, 4 days a week you do this one. You do the meditation. That is fantastic. So yeah, I really appreciate what you're doing. Hmm.
thank you so
Yeah.
much, and I appreciate also for what you're doing, being all these classes, always supporting, uplifting with your energy, and
Yeah.
sharing your story now. And it's always so inspiring listening to you when you share something.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It's really
Appreciate that.
beautiful. So
Hmm.
so And then, like you say, moving forward. I love that you say, like not going back but looking forward. So that shift is something for me right now. So it was very good. Of course, we don't go
Yeah,
back there. We go moving forward. So it's
yeah.
good.
Well,
And
yeah, and yeah,
yeah,
and I, when I show up, when you show up on a job, your project you're working on, you're moving forward to get it done, not drawing back and tearing it apart and starting over. So you bet.
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
And I love what you share also with this. You're letting every people have their own imagination, and they get the picture of what they want, and then you just create it for them. What a beautiful blessing it must,
hmm
and
Well,
just letting it
yeah,
happen.
and several years ago, I met a gentleman who he's fabulous, great friend, and he's super creative, and was asking me what are my abilities, what can I do, and I said, you
Mhm.
draw it, I can do it. Really, because the only limiters that we have are the limiters we put on ourselves. Um, so, and obviously there's some things that are just, you just don't work. But in with what I do, with the designs and things that I do, I haven't ever really had an opportunity to tell somebody, no, I can't do that, because I don't set limiters on my ability. If I've never done it, I'm going to try it, and I'll get it. Somehow I'll figure it out. So, just don't limit yourself on what you can do. Um,
I love that.
yeah, yeah.
That's a great
So,
message, Scott. Thanks for sharing. And
yeah,
you experience this, and like when you not have when you're putting on that everything is, like you say, everything is for you, and there is a solution always in the presence of, like you say, the present energy of who you are. There is always a
yep,
solution when you feel good. Like with the pain, you laughing, and the solution, the pain went away because we was in the frequency of laughing, and and
right.
and and it,
Yep,
and it changed. And it's such an inspiration, just like for me now, with this conversation with you now, just more clarification around that the solution is always here and now, and the present energy, the now is the most beautiful of all that is, and to stay in there and feel our own alignment. It's there is no words to say there. Just feel it and move on, and everything unfolds in more and more in that direction in every area of your life, because there is one source
absolutely.
energy, and it creates all the areas, all those things outside.
Absolutely. And in Abraham's example of the sticks, don't focus on the sticks that aren't serving you very well.
Mm,
Focus on, petting the cat or doing whatever, what makes you happy, for sure. Yep. Hmm.
I love that. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
really good
Yeah.
reminder too, yeah, because it's
Hmm.
we don't have to focus on things that doesn't feel good if you don't feel good, and we know also that, so there is no, we can't find solution in the problems,
Right.
because
Hmm.
the problems is in the frequency of problem, and when the solution is always in coming
It's
into
always
a
in a
us
higher,
feels a
yeah.
little bit better.
It's a much higher frequency, for sure. Yep. Yep.
So you're able to, I feel like, Scott, you're able to easy to focus, like, yeah, if there's something coming, you just like, oh, there it is, and there's like, and then you're able to focus in majorly in the alignment. That's what I feel, and then just open,
Yes.
moving on, and
Yes. Very, yeah, very easy. And
mm,
I'm, yeah, very appreciative that I'm able to do that, for sure. Yeah.
what a blessing, and what an inspiration that you shared for all of us. Thank you so much.
Hmm.
It's really beautiful, and
Yeah. Well, thank you, Espen.
so that's so great with those interviews, Scott. I just saw everyone have their inspirational story, and to share. And for me to do those interview, I feel so blessed. It's just listening, and I feel so much inspiration because everyone share from their own alignment, like you
Right.
do today. And it's just like
Hmm.
so many great reminders, so many beautiful things coming up, and just to able to focus in the now. It's just, yeah, it's more and more, and it's true. Whatever, that we get what we ask for, and when we are allowing it to be, it's more to come.
Right. Yeah.
And
Yeah. And
I'm here.
you're such a natural at this too. It's really quite an inviting, uh, you know, opportunity. So I really appreciate it. And I, like I said earlier, I appreciate all of the interviews I get to listen to that you're doing. So looking forward to more and more of them for sure.
Sure, and I definitely will invite you back because you always have
Yeah,
great stories to share.
yep, we'll do a take two for sure. Yep.
That's so good, and
Yep.
I'm looking forward to catch up with you soon as well. You know, and that's the
Yeah,
cool thing
we'll meet
also
again
because we're
for
traveling a
sure.
lot and catching up,
Hmm.
and
Yep.
and
Yep.
it's so nice. It's so fun because everything is for us, and like we catch up in Paris, and since that time we had that connection, and now I'm here in Bessaf, and I'm just so appreciative of Bessaf. I've been feeling so much change in my life since I come back
Mm,
again now in
fantastic.
2018, and it's just more and more. And also after the Abraham experience, I got the download just starting with this meditation,
Yep.
and that's what I got from my own guidance, and now I'm doing it, and I'm feeling that the focus on more in the now, it's much easier, and also it helps me to just when you quiet your mind and feeling more your alignment, it's giving you more of this good feeling thoughts and the good feeling experience.
Yep. Yep. And that's where it's all at. They for everybody. How do you tap into the rest of the abilities that you have that you maybe haven't before? And it's all alignment. We all have the abilities within, and it's tapping into them. Yep. Alignment is a great place to be.
I love that. Alignment is
Yeah.
a great place to be. Yeah, that's
Hmm.
so good.
For sure.
And you're a perfect example of that also.
Oh, well,
So
thank you.
thank you. And
Hmm.
and now you're here sharing your story, and we know you're always on these classes, and I always feeling your alignment. I still with not I know you working and do your thing, but it's like you're always there, and you're always and when you sometimes share, it's so beautiful, and but I can feel your support to Jan and for us for all of us who's
Yeah.
there, and I'm just so appreciative of you, Scott, and you're such an inspirational gentleman, always so gentle and easy. And with your stories, it feels so good listening to you every time you speak and share something. So thanks for
Yeah.
everything you've shared to us in this
You're
interview,
welcome.
and been very inspiring. And
Yeah.
more to
Pleasure.
come,
More
always
to
more to
come.
come. So,
Always more to come. Always, for
so
sure.
there will be new great stories, so for sure.
Yep. 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 More to come.
so. So thanks everyone who's been here as well. All of you who comments, I love you so much. Jen, back office, always so supporting, uplifting. Also, and with Super Dave, Alice, and everyone who's here sharing on the comments. Thank you so much for being here with your energy, and together we co-create and expand together, and more to come. And yeah, so wish you the best for the weekend, and see you next week on the interview with another person then. So let's see who that's gonna be. It's gonna be fun to see. So
Yes.
it's always good
Awesome.
to catch up with new people and more expansion and more to come.
Thanks again, Espen.
So thanks a lot, Scott. So
You bet. Love you
see you
all.
guys.